What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. so, Today is something else Sunday, which means we're not playing Fortnite tonight. Instead, we're working on game development. So, if that's not your cup of tea, that's totally cool. I'll be back with Fortnite tomorrow on Monday. But otherwise, let's hop in and see where we left off last time we worked on my VR game. What's up, Kakashi? What's up, Sophia Marie? What's up, Cool Dude Kinsey? What's up, Data Chords? What's up, Ellie Squad? What's up, Jactify? What's up, Miles Miller? TARDIS Man? What's up, Zamibo? Oh, bye, Zamibo. I think that's every. Oh, what's up, Data Chords? What's up, Joe Six? I think that's everybody so far. Anyway, we're gonna hop in and we're gonna work on the game. So this is where we left off last time. We were adding these fists to the side of the cart that the player drives on, and we animated them punching out, and that's pretty cool. But when we took it into the engine, if we go to the animation here, you can see that we have some errors. And I think I know what's causing that. And our first goal for the night is to fix that. What's up, Ricky2426? Sorry, I missed you. Anyway, so we're going to try to fix the fist scaling all weird like that, because that's no good. And I believe the reason it's doing that is because the fist is parented to this bone. Parent means that, so if I move this bone, that the fist moves. Will this update be added? I think we're just gonna do one final big update for Punch Bomb and finish it. Call it done out of early access. So it's gonna be a while before the update's on Steam. Anyway, so the reason it's scaling like that is because all of the children, or all of the parents of this bone. So if I move this bone on the armature, this one moves. That means this one is the child of this one. I know that's a little bit confusing for anybody unfamiliar with CG workflow, but all you need to know is this guy does whatever this guy does. Except we told it not to inherit the scale. Because if we inherit the scale, then when we scale these ones, it'll scale down as well. And that looks weird, right? This looks weird. That's all you need to know. So the reason it's not working properly is because we didn't inherit the scale. So what we're going to have to do is set a separate bone for the armature that copies the location and rotation of this bone, but not the scale. So we'll go ahead and do that. Shift D to duplicate. It's really easy because duplicate starts with a D. So now we have even another bone. It's in the exact same position as the original one. We do not want this to have a parent at all. And then we can add a bone constraint to it. I realize this is all very confusing. This part is going to be confusing, but we're going to fix it, and then we're going to hop in and create some more art, which will be a lot less confusing. Anyway, so we need to copy the location and rotation of bone 16. So we can come into the bone constraints. Bone constraints allow you to do weird things. It's like you're upgrading your PC. You threw it out because you're getting one for Christmas next year, and your PC just broke, so you're building one for Christmas, so you want to get it before it's released. Oh, the game? Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be out of early access until sometime mid-2019. The whole having open heart surgery sort of threw a damper on development for it since I started streaming Fortnite. Anyway, we want to copy the location, and we want to copy the rotation of this bone right here, which is bone 16. And this is transport fist armature. So transport fist armature, bone.016. So now we're copying the location. Cool. And then transport fist armature, bone.016. Now we're copying the rotation. So now you'll notice that this guy stays the same scale. You bought my game and then you went out of Steam and it didn't download? What? You don't have to buy it. I mean, it's only going to work if you have a VR headset. So if you don't have a VR headset, please do not purchase it. I don't want people to feel like they got ripped off. But anyway, now bone 17. So we want to take the fist object, which is currently its parent is bone 16. We want to remove it from bone 16. So now it won't follow. And we want to do bone.017. Assign that with a weight of 1. Now it all works. Now if we export the animation, this should work better in Unreal Engine. Again, I realize all of this is extremely confusing for anybody who is not into CG art or game development at all. Hopefully, the next topic that we move on to tonight after we get this fixed up and patched up is going to make more sense. So, now we can select these two things. We can say File, Export, FBX. FBX is just a file format. And then we can export it as Fist UE4, I believe. We want to do selected objects. We want to do the animation. We want to do face. These are just settings that work. Z up. And export should work. So then we can come into Unreal Engine. And we can read your message, says Cool Dude Kenzie. You're doing some courses in 2020 on game design. You're homeschooled, you go to college at the age of 14, and you want to get into game development. That's pretty cool. Unreal Engine is a good place to start. So, like, and anybody can go to Epic's website and download Unreal Engine for free and use it to make games. No Fortnite. Yeah, not tonight. I don't play Fortnite on Sundays, Zany Face. It's so weird to see me without headphones. Yeah, I didn't feel like wearing headphones. Especially since we're probably going to be hopping in and out of the VR headset all night. Yeah, I do Fortnite Monday through Saturday with the exception of Wednesday. So Sunday is something else Sunday. It's just a chill dev stream. I can turn on some music too. Yeah, let's get some music up. Documents, resources, digital juice, stream music. Put that off screen. Play with add to Windows Media playlist. Cool. I don't know, just give us some music to listen to in the background. Hopefully it's loud enough. You don't know why I don't have more viewers? Probably because I'm working on really boring game development stuff right now. Anyway, we need to get the fist back in. I think we can re-import it easily. If we come over to the skeletal mesh, we might be able to re-import it. I can't remember how though. So another easy way to do that is to open up the file location. Documents, game design, punchbomb, apps. Alright, Jim, thanks for the like, I appreciate it. What's the website called for Unreal Engine? It's just epicgames.com or unrealengine.com. I mean, Epic Games makes Unreal Engine, and they also make Fortnite, and Fortnite is made in Unreal Engine. Oh, chat's disconnected, weird. Great. And Super Chat's still unavailable. I reached out to YouTube to ask why Super Chat was unavailable, and they were like, nothing's wrong. We don't know. So, like, a little bit screwed there. Anyway, we have to go to pieces individual, transport, date modified, 6:05 p.m. That's correct. So that updated everything. Let's see if it updated the animation. Uh-oh. It seems like it's freezing up on me. I'll give it a second. You're thinking of doing game development, LA Squad? That's pretty cool. It seems like the engine has frozen. Oh, okay, it's saving. Okay, we're back. Let's see if that fixes the animation. Does not. Huh. Great. Let's try just re-importing it completely. Delete everything. Okay, game development and stuff is all completely trial and error until you figure it out. There's a lot of problem solving. So right now we're trying to figure out how to fix the animation being stupid. if you want to get into programming, you want to get into game development, you want to get into computer graphics, it's not easy at all. A lot of the time you're going to find yourself bashing your head against the desk, but not literally, but that's just how it goes. Sometimes things aren't going to work as planned. We want to import skeletal mesh, we want to import animations, import all. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, it does work now. Nice. So we have fixed our problem of the fist scaling incorrectly, and now I have this cool punching animation. Great. Now we need to bring our materials in so we can make the fist not look like garbage. And we don't want to... Oh my goodness, lag. Oh, it's compiling shaders. Great. Oh wow, the stream's lagging too. Fantastic. Why? I don't know why this is lagging. Okay, there we go. We're back. Great. Unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. Are you kidding me, YouTube? Oh my goodness. YouTube is busted. Is YouTube down again? Is YouTube flat out down? What? An error occurred. Oh my goodness. I think YouTube is down again. Good timing, YouTube. Really good freaking timing. Great. Alright, I'm just gonna keep working on the game and hope and explain things, and hopefully YouTube will come back. So we have that working. Let's get our materials up to date. We do not want these 3 materials because they are not instanced. Wow. Why is it that YouTube always decides to just completely go down as soon as I start streaming? I swear, this is the second time they've gone down in like the past month. Let's see, I'm gonna go to Discord and see what's happening. Weird. So it looks like YouTube's down for everybody. I'm just gonna keep going and hope that the video works. Anyway, let's hop in. Let's get these materials made. We already have them done in Substance Painter, so we just have to export them and import them. So we need... So we need a child material, or a material instance. So this is specular roughness. Okay, cool. So we don't want to save changes to that. We'll just come up here and say create material instance. And this will be descend descend transport mat fist. Okay. So you can drag this under our fist folder. And we need 3 materials. We need one for the spring, one for the base, and one for the fist. So we're going to duplicate this twice so we get 3 copies total. Okay, and then this will be base. This is so weird doing this without the YouTube chat because YouTube is literally down. Huh. Anyway, I suppose I can't see chat if y'all are chatting, so I apologize for that. So we needed to apply these to the different areas, so that's super easy. You just select them and apply them. I don't know if these are applying to the correct part of the fist. We'll find out. And let's go ahead and drag our textures into Unreal Engine as well. So I don't know, textures UE4 transport. Okay, we didn't export the fist textures from Substance. That's really easy to do. We already have these done. We did these in the previous stream. So we can just go to File, Export Textures, and here we can do fist or transport fist. Transport spring. Oh wait, transport base. Transport spring. And then file, export textures, and we want to do Unreal Engine matte name. So then it'll take our, if we do matte name, then it'll take our material names and put it before what the texture is. So then we can choose where we're putting these, which is going to be game design, punch bomb, maps, descend, pieces individual, transport textures, and this will be transport fist. We hit export, and it'll give us some images. Oh, export's finished, so we can open the folder to get direct access to our textures. So we got our spring, we got our base, we have our fist. Alright, so 3 textures per. That makes sense, that's correct. So we take these, go back into Unreal Engine, and we just drag them straight into Unreal Engine from Windows Explorer, and it works fine. So now we have all these images. There's a couple things we need to do. We need to take our occlusion, roughness, and metallic materials and make sure they're not sRGB, which is just a color space. So we can turn off sRGB for these. Then we need to make sure it did the same for our normal maps. Normal maps are bump maps. They just make things look bumpy when they're not bumpy. We can hit Control-Shift-S to save everything. So you see all these little stars? That means these files are not saved yet. So what I need to do is hit Control-Shift-S and it'll go through and save everything that is not yet saved. So, this now all looks correct. Now I need to apply these to the materials. And we want to take the base first. And what's really easy about material instances is we can just hit the checkbox and only replace certain materials. So we want to replace the base color, we want to replace the metallic, we want to replace the I've duplicated the wrong material. I want to delete these. still watching, we can't chat on the stream. So YouTube is still up for you all then, because I can't even get to YouTube right now. It's giving me 500 internal server error. Oh, okay, it's reloading. It's reloading. Weird. Okay, it's back up. It's back up. Nice. Finally. Yo, what's up, everybody? Sorry about that. Yeah, YouTube was down for a second there. Anyway, I duplicated the wrong materials. So the materials we want to make would use one texture for the occlusion, roughness, and metallic materials. So we can go back up to our procedural pieces, and it's going to be substance material 2. I think that is correct. Yeah. So we want to create a create a material instance of this. So we can move this to our fist folder. What's up, Ellie Scott? Welcome back. Yeah, YouTube was straight up down, period. The amount of times that happens while I'm streaming Fortnite, like Punch Bomb stuff, I wonder if I'm causing YouTube to go down. What's up, Johnny C? Welcome back. So again, we need 3 copies, so we're going to paste twice. And we need fist. And then we need spring. So now we can open up our model. Hopefully this isn't causing the stream to lag at all. Because this is all pretty processor intensive stuff going into 3D engines and stuff like this. Alright, so you'll see, we need to see which one goes where. So that's the spring, so we want to use spring for that one. So then this is fist, yep, that's fist, and then that means this is base. So you'll see these materials look so bad, and that's because we haven't applied the textures to them yet. So, what's this game? I'm creating a game in Unreal Engine. It's a virtual reality game where you punch things. We need to apply the proper textures. So for the fist, for instance, we need to double click that to open it. We want to replace the base color, the normal map, and the roughness, metal, and occlusion map. So we can select our fist normal map, apply that, select the fist base color, apply that. Oh, this is straight up lagging. Why is this lagging so much? And then we want to apply the metallic texture. Or occlusion, roughness, metallic. Why is this eating so much CPU? This is so weird, this doesn't normally happen. I'm gonna close Unreal and restart it. And hopefully that'll speed things up a little bit. This music is a bit too loud. Okay, I can turn it down. See. Documents, punch bomb. Alright, reopening punch bomb on Unreal Engine. I don't know why it's causing the stream to lag so much. It shouldn't be. It didn't last time. Anyway, I double clicked it. It should be up here in a second. So, how are you all doing? How's your Sunday going while we wait for this? This is also part of game development, just sitting around and waiting. Ugh. Oh, I have my punch bomb shirt on though. Not bad. I slept in. I went grocery shopping. Oh man, funny story. I woke up this morning to an email that was very concerning. to me. Oh, wow, I got a new comment. And that email was... Oh my goodness, where'd it go? That email was this one. I woke up at like 6 a.m. to an email from Epic Games saying your account has been disabled. And I was panicking. I was straight up panicking. It's because when my credit card was stolen, the bank refunded a lot of my recent purchases, even though I specifically asked them not to refund my purchase of the new starter pack in Fortnite, but they did anyway. So Epic was like, hey, you can't refund stuff through your credit card company, and they disabled my account. Fortunately, I emailed Epic customer support, explained the situation, and they gave my account back within like 2 hours total. So good job on Epic support's part. They actually listened to me and helped out. So very much appreciate that, because I was in total panic mode. Can't believe this is taking so long to bring up. I don't know what's going on. Hey, look, it's Photoshop. It's me! This is how I make my thumbnails while we wait. So I did get my Fortnite account back, but man, that was terrifying. Goes to show, don't buy stuff using your credit. Why is this taking so freaking long? I literally just had it open. Oh my goodness, Epic. Fix your engine. Alright, we're back. And it looks like it's faster now. Cool. Let's go back to where we were. I don't know why everything's running so slowly tonight. My computer should be top notch. And we're like, okay, cool. It's working again. Great. Let's go back to our pieces, elevator, and we'll grab the fists and bring up our model. Cool. So now that all looks correct, except for the spring and the base. So we'll bring up spring. We want to replace the base color, the normal, and the roughness material occlusion, which is right here. So base color, normal map, and roughness. And same for the fist base. Replace the base color, normal map, and occlusion, roughness, and what all that is. So now if we go back to our model, that all looks correct. Cool. We have like a neat thing. Neato. Cool, yay! It works. So now we want to apply that to our elevator. Which this is all of our programming blocks for the elevator so far. And we have like a whole bunch. That's all really confusing for people though. So we want to add a new skeletal mesh, which is going to be this guy. We'll just drag it in like that. And then we want to parent this to the sphere, I believe. So we want this to rotate with us. And then this location is gonna be incorrect. Weird. Let's just see if this works. Cool. I just need to rotate it 90 degrees on the z-axis. Minus 90, my bad. Cool. That's exactly what we needed. Neat, neat, neat. And we're going to do all of the work for one fist, then just duplicate it across, and it should work fine. So, for this, we need an animation blueprint. Animation blueprint. That's funny how almost all my videos have the same face. Yeah, I'm lazy with the thumbnails. Sue me. An animation blueprint allows you to control animations on an object using scripting. So we can just say new anim blueprint, and this is going to be transport fist anim BP. You can name it whatever you want. We could have named it Jello if we wanted to. Does not matter what you name a thing, as long as you know what the name is. So we have our animation blueprint, and we can drag in a couple animations on this. Let me bring this down so we have more room to work up here. So we have idle, which we can get rid of most of the name of this. We can just get rid of transport. We can just do fist underscore idle, and then fist underscore punch. You linked the stream in Discord. Do you get mod? You just received an email from Epic saying there's been some unusual activity on your account. Oh no, that sucks. At least Epic support seems to be pretty responsive. Make sure you all have two-factor authentication on your account too, so it doesn't get stolen. So what you can see here is if we bring the punch in, you can just drag that in, compile it, and now we have our fist punching. Cool, that's pretty neat. It's not quite what we need though. Why is there emissive on this? I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh, I know what's going on. We don't want it to just loop like that though. We want to be able to control the punching. So anyway, we can double click this to fix the emissive. We just want to choose blank texture. Save that. Same for this one, because none of these have emissive textures. Emissive just means it has lights on it. I don't know if linking it in the Discord even matters. Everybody that's on the Discord is probably subscribed to the channel and gets the bell notifications. Not that it matters. The audience for these development streams is pretty low. I just want to finish my game is the only reason I'm doing these. I appreciate everybody who does stop down, but I realize it's definitely not everybody's cup of tea. Okay, so we have this looping animation. It's just punching. It's punching over and over again. We don't want that. We want the punch to be controlled by a button. So what we have to do is create a new state machine. A state machine tells the fist what animation state it's in. So we can just right click and say state, add new state machine. Cool. We want to plug that in. This is going to do absolutely nothing. Notice how our fist is now completely still. We can go inside of our state machine. This is where the state machine starts. So we can add a state, and this will be an idle state. Cool. We just, from entry, we go to idle. Idle will use the idle animation. So now our fist is not punching at all. Cool. That's exactly what we want. Because the fist is constantly in this idle state in the state machine. So state machine is a group of animations, or states. We hop in, it goes linear. So it goes from entry to idle. When the game starts, we go to the idle state. So from idle, we want to go to a punching state. So we can add a state called punch. Game development is your chosen profession, so these streams are helpful. Glad to hear it. When am I getting the super chat issue resolved? Raphael Reyes, I emailed YouTube support, and I will show you their absolutely worthless email that they got back to me with today. Hi Christopher, thanks for reaching out. I understand you're having some trouble with your live stream, and let me help you with this. I checked with our internal team and found there is no known issue. For the meantime, please monitor this, and if the problem still persists, please reach out again. Please let me know if you have any more concerns. I have the concern that my super chat's not working. Fix your program, YouTube. Worthless. Absolutely worthless support. Epic fixed my issue I had with them within 2 hours this morning. YouTube reached out 2 days later and said, we don't know. Oh, they're not super bright there. So we have this punching state now, which we're going to plug our punching animation into. Great, that works. So we go back to our anim graph. Now the problem is we have a condition. You have to have a condition to move from the idle state to the punching state. Have I checked my settings? I have, Raphael Reyes. I even disabled and re-enabled Super Chat to no avail. So I'm going to email them again and tell them to fix it because they're dumb. I really want to say some curse words right now, but I'm not going to. Yeah, Super Chat's unavailable and YouTube doesn't know why. If they don't know why something's not available on their own platform, that's very concerning. So you notice we have this compile error, and that's because it's not currently possible to go to the punching state. Because if we go into the condition, you'll notice that it's always false. It is impossible for us to make this fist punch right now unless we add a condition. To do that, we want to add a variable, and this will just be punch active. Why not? We'll drag this here, and now if we hit punch active, you'll notice that it punches. But it never goes back to the idle state, it just keeps punching. And that's not what we want. That is not the action. That is not the action we're looking for with this fist. So watch. We activate punch active, it punches, but then it just keeps punching, and that's exactly what we don't want. So how do we fix that? We have it, what we want to do is we want to make it go back to the idle state after it's done punching. And that's pretty easy to do. So we can go back to our state machine. We just want to drag another, so notice how we dragged an arrow from idle to punch. Cool. Now we want to drag an arrow from punch to idle. So we can go to punch, and then we go back to idle. Cool. It's not going to be working yet, though. There's still some more stuff we have to do. Oh, if you all are interested in game development stuff, by the way, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, some friends and I are participating in Ludum Dare, which is a game jam. It means we are going to have 72 hours to create a game completely from scratch. And I'm planning on live streaming the entire thing. 72 hours of game development. It won't be straight 72 hours, I will get sleep in between, but yeah, we're gonna have to create a game in 3 days, and that's pretty cool. That's gonna be from the 30th, probably 30th at 9 p.m. probably through Monday at 9 p.m. I guess. Wait, to 9. Yeah, Monday at 9 p.m. I suppose. So mark that on your calendars if you're interested in seeing a game come together completely from scratch in 72 hours. Alright, cool. So now we have another error, and that's because it's impossible to go from punching to idle, so we need a condition for that. And there's a way you can do this where you can just say if the animation is done, go back, and I don't remember how to do that, so I'm going to look at some old code to figure out how to do that. Which is going to be under our Descend boss, boss robot, and MVP. Oh my goodness, this looks complicated. This is what a really complicated animation blueprint looks like. Let's hop in here. Punch success. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. And it's gotta be one of these. Give me a moment while I find what I'm looking for. Have I noticed that since this has started, 65% of the chat has just been Sophia rejecting it? Oh my god. Maybe it's here? Time remaining. Okay, here we go. We just want to copy this. We're just gonna... And what this says, I'll explain it here in a second. Okay, we want... Except, we want... time remaining for fist punch is... If the time remaining is less than or equal to 0, then we go back. That's not working. We don't want this to loop. That's the problem. So we can select this and we can say, we can uncheck loop. So now if we punch active, we can make it keep going back. Yeah, so if you go to the state machine and we activate the punch, you'll notice it goes to punch, then goes back to idle. Then it keeps going back and forth because that punch animation is done. So now we're back in idle, and the active is not activated. Okay, so we want to automate this, however. We want punch active to turn off automatically when it punches, so that it doesn't keep trying to go back to the animation indefinitely. See, watch this, it's gonna freak out. Because this is active, it keeps going back and forth, and it doesn't know what to do. So to fix that, what we're gonna do is create an event, or when the animation gets to a certain point, we're going to call an event that causes this to turn off. So we can come over to our fist punch animation. We can right click and we can add an animation notification. What notifications do is during the animation, they tell the engine to do stuff. So we can say new notify. We'll call this one punch deactivate. We'll put this closer to the end of the animation. And then we'll go over to the event graph. And we can say see, now we have an event that we can call for the deactivate. And we can say punch active, set it to not active. Cool. So now everything should work. We activate this, it punches, it deactivates. We activate that, it punches, it deactivates. We activate that, it punches, we deactivate. So now we just need to make this controlled by the user's buttons on the cart. So when you punch the button on the cart, it will cause the fist to punch. That's all we have to do now. That's cool though. So we can hit that, it punches whenever we want it to punch. Look at that, neat. And how we do that is we go into our cart now. And we say, we want to use an animation blueprint, and the blueprint will be fist, transport fist, and BP. Cool. Now that's all where it's supposed to be. So now, button right collision, that's this button right here. We go to our event on begin overlap. Grab that again. Weird. Button right collision. Okay, cool. Cool. ban Sophia. Why are we banning Sophia? Anyway, these are the actions that happen when we press the button. When the fist collides with the button object, what we're currently doing is we're checking to make sure that the object it collides with is a fist. If it is a fist, then we scale the button down to make it look like it's punched. Then, that's what the set relative scale 3D does. Then we move on and we say set scalar parameter value, which is the button lit, and that modifies the material to make it look like it's lit up. So in addition to that, we also want to animate the fist punching. And I have to remember how to do this. It's been a while. What I think we need to do is grab the fist skeletal mesh. We want to get animation instance, I think. Get anim instance, that's what we're looking for. And then we want to cast to transport fist anim BP. So all this is doing is what casting does. For any, oh my god, this is getting really confusing to explain. What casting does is it allows you to grab functions or variables from a different class. What's up, Fortnite All Night? How's it going? So the class we are grabbing is the animation blueprint we just created right here, because we want to be able to activate this variable. So then what we can do is we can just say set punch active to true. So now, if we simulate, and we grab our fist, and we hit the button. Oh, we missed. Now it punches. Yo, what's up, Maria Ibrahim? How's it going? So we've gotten it punching. How cool is that? I put on the VR headset to show you in game, but that seems to cause the screen to lag out. You get the point. You hit the button, it makes the fist punch, and that's exactly what we wanted. So now we're going to duplicate this across and do the exact same thing, and it should all just work. So, let's go into the viewport. We'll grab this guy, Control-C, Control-V, parent it to the sphere, scale it over the y-axis. -1. Cool. And then we're gonna copy. This is gonna be. We're gonna need to rename these. Then what we need to do is. This should just work by default, almost. We have to go to our left collision and view the overlap event there. What's going on? I'm making a game, Maria Ibrahim. I realize this is very confusing for a lot of people, but it's Sunday and I don't play Fortnite on Sundays. I work on my game. So if it's not your cup of tea, I completely understand. As you can tell by the viewer numbers, I guess, below the stream. I don't know. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's totally cool, but I want to finish my game. So, we've added a second fist. Now we need to go to the event graph and copy paste, basically. Except we're going to grab our left fist instead of the right fist. Copy these. Paste the pasta. Paste the pasta. Copy pasta. And then we just connect that and everything should work fine. So we can simulate heading to Best Buy for something cool. So then we can select our pawn. We can select our right fist. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to get it like where I want it. It's normally in VR, this is my fist. So this is just for testing purposes. We can punch with that one. Punch with that one. Buttons work now. Nice. Look at that. Nice. So now we'll be able to punch walls down that get in our way. We'll have to figure out what's going on there, but for the most part it seems like it works. Let's try it in VR. Although no guarantees this isn't going to lag the heck out of the stream. Alright, cool. I'm gonna... Cool, it works. That is all we need to know. Oh, that's why it's lagging. I couldn't even see the window. Let's do that again. Huh. Why does it keep minimizing? Okay, it works. That's all we need to know. And... oh man, now my hair's a disaster. Y'all are seeing me with headset hair. No. Okay. Anyway, we got the fists working. That was goal number 1 for tonight. Fix punching animation, import fist materials. Let's just make like a done checklist. Cool, that's stuff that we got done. Making good progress over the past hour. So, now we need objects that break when you punch them. Because right now there's no point in having these fists because there are no walls that can bust when you punch them. And we're just going to create some temporary art to get that working, and then we will create some, like, what are the words that are escaping my mind? Then we'll create some, oh yeah, we're gonna create some placeholder art just to get the functionality working, and then we'll create like real art once it is working. I don't think about the best way to approach this. Let's create let's go into our map generator and turn it off. So this is our map generator. If we just break this, and this is gonna screw up all sorts of things. Simulate. Yay! Cool. And then what we're gonna want to do is create a test piece. Go into maps, descend, procedural pieces, enemies, I think. Again, it's been a while since I've done any of this. Oh, okay. This is a little bit complicated. I'm sort of working through it mentally. I'll try to speak more as I do that. I need to find... So, all of the enemies have a parent class of the wall segment horizontal blank. I need to find that and create another child class of it. So that's right here, under walls. So we want to create child blueprint class, and this will be descend underscore wall segment. I don't even care what I name it right now. Destructible. And we'll place this under enemies. So we need like a destructible mesh here. We're gonna add that. So we'll go into Blender to create one. We'll open just any of our walls. We're gonna add a cube. We're gonna scale it just to get the right sizing. Let's say that a door here is about this big. That looks about right to me. We want to center it. And again, this is just temporary. This is temporary art. The reason we're doing this is because if we want to test out the functionality first, and then if it's boring or it sucks or it's stupid or it doesn't work right, we're not going to waste our time creating actual art. If you're going to import anything into Unreal Engine, it has to be unwrapped, so we're just going to do Smart UV Project to automatically unwrap it. Does not matter. Then we just say File, Export FBX, and we'll just call this oh man, where do I want to put this? We'll just make like an enemies folder, which is totally unorganized because I already have all the other enemies somewhere else. So then we can export this as wall, destructible wall temp, Z up, selected object, face. Again, those are just options that work, that I know work. So we can hop into here, can create a new folder, destructible wall. Drag this in. It's just a temporary object. I guess we want to auto-generate collision. Import all. Drag this into here. So now we have this destructible wall object, and we can create a destructible asset out of this. So we can just right-click it and say create destructible mesh. And what this allows you to do in Unreal is create an object that's exploded. So we want to fracture the mesh, and this is what it looks like exploded. Cool. To shrink this down so I can actually see the YouTube chat. It looks like there's so much drama going on in the YouTube chat. So as you can see, this takes an object and automatically fractures it into a broken, destroyed thing. So let's up the count to like 40 pieces and fracture it. We're having so much drama in the chat. Great. Oh, man. We're gonna need to add some collision to the fists. So that they can explode the wall. I wonder how many of these you can get away with. That's pretty cool. You're confused. Me too, Maria Ibrahim. I'm sort of winging this. We're trying to make a wall that we can punch and it'll blow up. So right now I've created the wall and we've fractured it. So the next step is to add functionality so we can blow it up in game. So we don't actually want this, we want our destructible mesh. And then for the collision for this, want to do custom. We want it to overlap everything. And then we want to say on component begin overlap. Then go over to our event graph. If the other component has a tag, and we'll just say transport fist, that's the tag we'll give it. Then we'll branch, which is an if statement in regular programming. Basically saying only do stuff. It's basically saying only do stuff if this is true. So if the component that hits the wall has the transport fist tag, do this. But this is where it gets a little bit complicated, because it's gonna hit the fists when they collide through it, even if the fists aren't actively punching. So we have to add some conditions for that. This is where it gets a little bit complicated. So at this point in time, this is normally where I sit here and just sort of like think about it. Put my brains to the work. I'm gonna think about this for a second and go grab more water. I will be right back. Okay, so if it has a transport fist tag, we want to apply damage. We can add more conditions later. Let's just get the one condition working first. So we'll drag our destructible mesh and we'll say damage, apply damage. And this will be damage amount 1, or we'll just say 100. Doesn't even matter, because it just requires 1 damage to destroy it. Error. Please apply a hit location. So we need to get the other component, and we need to get world location. And we'll just drag that there. And then we need impulse direction. Yeah, I definitely get more views for Fortnite than I do for game development. The reason I'm doing game development streams is because I want to finish my game! And if I just stream Fortnite every night, I don't have time to finish it. So I figure if I'm going to be working on my game, I might as well be live streaming it for the few people that are interested in that sort of thing. Impulse direction, we can just say... Okay. So we want the direction to be forward. Like, the problem is these pieces are rotated in 3D space. So the computer doesn't always know what direction forward is. So to figure out what direction forward is relative to the object, we're going to have to create a separate piece and then get the direction of the wall to the second object that's further forward in space. and apply that as the impulse direction. The impulse is what makes the pieces go when you hit it. So we're going to go to our viewport, center on everything. Oh no, nothing's visible. Let's just create a vector for now. We'll just promote you to variable, compile. Cool, cool, cool. Now we'll be able to see stuff again. So we're going to add another arrow object. Arrow components you can use just to get like location or whatever, and they're useful for that. So we're going to create an arrow, move it forward in space, and then we'll just grab our destructible mesh, get world location. So this gets the location of the object in 3D space, and we'll grab our arrow, we'll get the world location for that. Then we'll say unit direction vector. So this gets the direction from one object to another. So then we'll grab this and put that into our impulse direction and set the impulse strength to about 100. And so we don't know what 100 is, because I don't do this very often. So we're gonna see how strong that is. So now we need to add collision to our fist. And how we're going to do that is we're going to add a socket to our fists. A socket is just... So, that's a little bit difficult to explain, but a socket is just a type of thing you can attach to a skeleton in the game engine. For instance, in Fortnite, it's what they use to attach back blings to your character. Doesn't matter what object it is, it's always attaching to the same spot on your character's back. Every character has the same skeleton, every character has the same sockets. They can attach a back bling to a socket on your character's back to make it stay there. They just model every back bling around fitting onto that. Same with items that you hold, they attach them to sockets in the character's hands. So, we need to make a socket on our fists that we can attach collision to. And that is going to be a little bit more complicated. So we will open up our fist. Open up the skeleton. What's up, Kari Gibson? How's it going? I'm sorry if I've been trailing off a lot here. So we have our bone 17, which controls our fist. We want to add a socket to that. This will be fist collision socket, so we'll just do fist call socket. Cool, cool, cool. We'll drag that here over the fist. And then this does not need to be that big. Cool, so we have a socket attached to the fist, so if we rotate the bone or move the bone now, you'll notice the socket moves with it. And what we're gonna do is add a box collision object to our elevator, and we're going to attach that to the socket. You're learning coding and you're really good at it and you're the only one you're into it. That is cool to hear, Nathan. Coding is a very good skill to have. I'm not that great at it. That's why I use the node-based interface in Unreal. Because I'm an art kid. I need to send YouTube another email and tell them that they're super stupid with their terrible suggestion of just waiting and seeing if it works again in the future. You're trying to animate and you wasted an hour on Krita and it does not even work? I don't even know what Krita is. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We have our socket. So we need to go to our elevator. Elevator is just word for our transport platform or whatever. And we need to create a box collision. We want this to be attached to nothing. just actually delete that one. Go to our default scene root and add a box collision, because we're going to attach this to the socket on the construction script. So let's make this about the same size as the fist. And you can change to left, front, side, whatever. It'll make things a lot easier to align. Well, this is just about the gosh darn right size. Almost. Well, that's about a good collision box. Gotta go. Alright, Data Cords, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. What's up, DJ Beans? How's it going? We're working on a game tonight. So we're creating collision. So we don't change the box extent, which is how big the box is. X-axis, we want to scale that down. Like so. So then y-axis, we can also scale that down some. And then we can go to front and scale it down on the Z as well. Cool. So now we want to attach this to the fist. And how we do that is we go to our construction script and we say attach. Box attached to component, I guess. So we want to attach the box to the right fist. And the socket name is, I forgot, it's fist call socket. And we want to keep the relative location, or keep the world location, keep the world rotation, and keep its scale, I guess. I don't know. Let's see if that works. Oh no. That was wrong. Let me go back to our construction script. Keep relative, maybe. Going to keep the world scale. There we go. Okay, cool. Now that's working. So now the collision is attached to the fist. So if we make this visible in game, and we punch, we should see the collision follow the fist. So let's try that. This is just for display purposes, so we can see the hitbox. So let's go ahead and grab our fist, our hand R, our right hand, and punch the button with it. I realize the stream's starting to lag a little bit. That's because we're simulating thing. Yeah, so now the collision goes with the fist. Cool. So let's add our wall in front here and see if we can break it. Oh, we need to add a tag to our collision too. What do we call that? It was... I don't need the mine segment. The tag we're looking for is transport fist. So we're going to copy that just so we can't screw it up. Come over here. We're going to apply a tag to our collision called transport fist. And this is going to overlap everything. So the collision for this, we'll just say custom, and we'll overlap everything. No physics collisions, it's just an overlap. And then we can grab our wall. So we can go to our enemies. And we can grab our... We want wall segment destructible. Yeah, there it is. Cool. We can put this at 0, 0, 0. I guess. Sure, why not? And then we'll move it a little bit closer. Let's try punching it. Yo, what's up, Miles? You have returned. So we can come over to our pawn, which is our player character, grab the hand, and we're going to punch stuff. If I can move this onto the button. Hey, I broke it. Now let's up that impulse strength. Okay, I need to do an easier way to test this. So let's go onto our elevator. Nah. That's whatever. Hand R. So that breaks the wall. We want it to have better collision effects though. So let's do that. Let's see what happens if we up the impulse strength. So I don't know. Let's just say like 10,000, a whole bunch of zeros. I don't even know, man. Let's just go play. Can I play some Fortnite? Not tonight, Ben Curry. Sundays I don't play Fortnite. I realize this is not everybody's cup of tea. I'll be back with Fortnite tomorrow. Okay, that's too strong. So let's just try 100. Or let's just try like 500. This is affecting it though, which is what's important to note. What's up, Stephanie Rodriguez? You just woke up from your nap? Nice. So you can take hand R. Yeah, okay, that's starting to work. You said happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Stephanie Rodriguez. So let's up that to like maybe 5,000 instead for the impulse. We're just trying to get the right strength for it now so it creates a really cool effect. Yeah, okay. Now we just want we want the direction. So the unit direction vector is gonna be normalized, probably. So we can multiply it by like 100. And let's see if that'll make it punch forward. Is this a simulator to Maya? Worked with that for a semester last year. Past Patrick Cosgriff. This is Unreal Engine. This is the engine that Epic Games created, and it's what they used to develop Fortnite. I used it to develop my own VR game that's available in early access on Steam, and that's what we're working on right now. We want to grab our hand. Why is it not impulsing forward though? I want the wall to go. I want it to go. Let's see. Impulse. Add impulse at location. So let's just turn this impulse strength to 0, and let's work with a separate impulse node. The word vector reminded you of physics class? Yeah, this involves a lot of physics and vectors, Miles Miller. It's really complicated. And I'm not good at vector math. I hate vector math. I have to do a lot of Googling to figure out a lot of the vector math for this. So we have no impulse now. Let's have gravity not affect this. I am curious what happens if gravity doesn't affect it, so we'll put the impulse strength back up to 5,000 and just do a quick test. This is doo-doo. Thanks. You're very kind. Okay, so now gravity doesn't affect it. That's cool. We don't want this impulse to be happening though, so we'll put that back at 0 and we'll work on this impulse. So we want the location to be the world location of the fist, I suppose. Let's multiply this by like 2,000 and let's just see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen here. I don't work with destructible meshes very often, so this is very, very new territory for me. We are experiencing it together. Hey! There we go. Kind of. 20,000, and then we'll up this to like 500 just to get the pieces to split apart. Maybe if we combine the two impulses, it'll work. It's not quite the effect that I want, though. I want it to have a directional impulse from the center outward. Maybe if we do like a radial impulse instead. So we'll just disconnect this, which means we're not using it right now, but we might come back to it later. And say radial impulse. So let's grab the location of the fist for the origin. Set the radius to 100, I guess. Strength to 2,000. Turn this one to 0, and let's try that. This is all me just sort of stumbling through it right now. Oh yeah, Maria has to go to bed. Good night. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. It's not quite what we're looking for, but it's closer. We want to make this... How big are these in centimeters? Okay, so in centimeters, it's 489. So we want to make these like, make the radius like 1,000. Or maybe like, we'll make the radius 400, so it's double 400 since it's not going to be exactly centered on the wall. And then we'll set the fall off to linear. We'll do some testing. Okay, now we just need to move the impulse back. Not sure how to do that. Oh, this is complicated. Easiest way I can think to do it is to add an arrow component to this and move it back. We'll try that. We'll try that. Let's go back to our elevator. And we will add an arrow component. Move that back. That should be parented to the box. Let's make this not hidden in game so we can see it to make sure it works. Then we can grab our fist. Okay, that does stay childed to that. So we're going to set our radial impulse to be from the arrow instead of the fist. So what we have to do is go to our destructible wall. We have to get the actor, cast to elevator. And then we'll grab arrow, and we'll get the world location for our radial impulse. And we'll test that. This is so weird. It's a lot of creative problem solving. That's all it is. This is just me sort of working through making a game. Now things are going forward, as you can see, because the radial impulse is no longer... Nice. Let's try that again, and let's watch from more of the side. Oh man, I grabbed the wrong thing. Cool, that is more the effect we're looking for. Now we can just increase the radius and maybe tone it down a little bit to like 15,000. Oh, whoa, strength right here. We can just tone it down to like 1500 and up the radius to maybe 500 and we should be good. How's making the game going? Going well. Alright, later Maria, thank you so much for stopping by. You have to get an ultrasound done tomorrow. That's wait, we'll wait for what? Brian Cato. I guess I can't say it sucks if it's for something positive potentially. Let's try this. So now if we select our fist, button. We punch. We get that nice directional. That's pretty much exactly what we're looking for. It's for your liver. What's wrong with your liver, Brian Cato? Cool. We have the wall breaking. This is exactly what we wanted. This looks very messy. We'll clean this up later once we have everything working exactly the way we want. So it's good to keep nice, clean. You're using a phone as a hotspot such that you can use your iPad to watch my stream, and it's a boring development stream too. I'm sorry, Miles Miller. Levels are too high for your level? I don't even know what that means. I hope everything turns out for the best though, Brian Cato. Okay, now we have a map piece with a wall that can be broken, which is exactly what we want. However, let's clean up this node network so we can add more functionality. I realize how disgusting this looks right now. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to make sure that the fist is punching to break the wall. Because if the fist isn't punching and it runs into it, watch what happens. So even if it's not punching and it runs into the wall, it's gonna break it, and that's not what we want. So we need a condition. We need to make sure the fist is punching to break the wall. And this is game development, guys. You just add functionality and then you fix one thing at a time. Take it one piece at a time. It's slow. It's going slower because I'm explaining all of it, which is totally fine to me. But let's get that working. So we've casted to the if it has the transport fist tag, then we cast to the descend elevator procedural object. So descend elevator procedure, we want to add a condition or a variable that we can call, which will be easy to name. We'll just add a new variable, and this will be called is punching. A boolean, which is red, is a true or false statement. It's the same as like a true or false quiz in school. I wonder if you can play Fortnite using your phone as a hotspot. You can, Miles Miller. I've done, maybe. I'm pretty sure you probably can. It'll probably suck, but yeah, I think you can. I'm gonna actually look at Instagram really fast to see what the item shop is tonight. I'm just curious. Home. Let's see if Fortnite did update. Item shop updated. They still just they didn't show all of the item shop. And it's still the samurai guy. So we've added the is punching variable. And now we have to turn the is punching variable on and off. This will test this variable will just tell the wall, is the fist that's hitting it currently punching? And that's all we need to know. You damaged your spine? Kenzie, I didn't know that. When do you have to have the surgery? Give me a second. Okay, so we need to turn the is punching variable on and off during the animation. And how we do that is we go into the animation. For the punch, we want to do the fist punch animation. And we just add some more notifies. So like maybe like right here, we'll say that it's punching. Yeah, so like right here is when we'll say that it's actually punching and can destroy the wall. Is start punching. That'll be that notify. And then we'll come over here and we'll have, and right, like after here, it shouldn't count as punching, right? Your concern is terrible ping. Yeah, but on mobile it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect your stats. Just have fun with the terrible ping, I guess. So like after it hits about here, we don't want it to be is punching anymore. So we don't want the player to like, we want the player to have to time it right for actually punching. So we'll add a new notify. This will be stop punching. Okay, so then under the event graph of our animation blueprint, we can grab these events. We can grab start punching and stop punching, and we can say get. We want to get something. We want to get the parent. We want to get owner, maybe. Get owning actor. That's what we're looking for. And we're going to cast to elevator procedural. And we're going to set is punching to true. So we want to do the same thing for stop punching, but set it to false. So we can just copy paste. No need to duplicate that node. We can use it twice, and then set that to false. So now you're gonna try and play on Xbox. You don't play on mobile, says Miles Miller. Mobile is so difficult. Kenzie, I hope everything works out for the best. Since 2011, though, that's been a long time. Is it degrading, or is it just gonna stay in the same state? Okay, so now we have this variable that activates and deactivates as we punch. So now we just have to come over to the wall, actor, and we have to get is punching, and then we branch again. If punching is true, then we apply damage. That easy. So now, if we play, and we grab our elevator and we move it forward, it's not going to affect the wall. The only thing that's changing here is the lighting because it's going through the wall. So now if we punch, though, it should activate the variable. And break it. So one thing that we do need to check is that the variable is getting properly deactivated. And how we can do that is we can move the elevator back so it won't collide with the wall. So we can move the elevator back, punch, so So we miss. Oh, darn, we timed it wrong. Blast it. I need to make sure that the variable is still not activated. So now that we're close enough to it, let's go ahead and punch again. And it breaks. Cool. It works. We've added some good functionality here. Ellie is headed out. Alright. Have a good night, Ellie. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought it was Maria who was headed out. Okay, I'm confused. Am I still planning on streaming on Tuesday? Yes, Miles Miller, I'll be here. Wednesday as well, and probably Thursday morning before Thanksgiving with my parents and stuff. Wednesday night, I might stream late when I get home from acting class. And then Friday, I'll do some playing with subs for Black Friday. Cool, we have the whole thing working. That's what's important here. Hooray! Can we get like some hooray in the chat? I don't even care. We got all the functionality we set out. Now we need to make art for this. Oh, we also want the pieces to scale down slowly. We don't want them to just stay floating around, because that's bad for lots of reasons. So, to do that, later, Maria. Thanks for stopping by. And it's not even 8 yet, and I'm already, like, mentally fatigued. These are some difficult problems we're dealing with. But we have it working, which is cool. I'm gonna post this on Instagram, too. I got my phone out so I can post stuff on my Instagram story. Chill game dev stream. Right. And then also Snapchat. Nick and Ninja and Myth all stay fit. Yeah, staying fit's important. You gotta work out. I'd sort of lost track of working out after the heart surgery because, you know, I was recovering from having my chest sawed open. But I've started getting back into it. You may try to get one of my games on Friday because you've not played with me in a while and you don't do Black Friday shopping. I just saw your message on Instagram. Kenzie. And let's go ahead and punch. Uh-oh. Oh no. No! Stuff that I didn't mean to. I just want to move the hand. Hey, it breaks. Okay, cool. That's all we need. Next. Oh, we need to duplicate it around for the left fist too. So let's... Ooh. No, that's a problem. That's a problem. I'm sorry I haven't explained what the problem is yet. The problem is we're generating the impulse based on the location of this specific arrow object. This is tied specifically to the right fist. If we punch with the left fist, it's going to generate an impulse based on this arrow still on the right fist. So that's going to create all sorts of issues. We'll fix that in a second after we get collision applied to the second fist. But that's the problem. We're going to have to add an extra condition to prevent that from happening. Miles Miller, you are allowed to play with me, absolutely. The TARDIS man. I want sweat pouring all down my stream. Oh, and the Ludum Dare stream, since that's a 72-hour game jam, it's probably not going to be family friendly. We're going to be so sleep deprived we're not going to be able to hold our language in. That's 2 weekends from now, though. Okay, so we want to add another collision object to the elevator. See how we have collision on this fist right here? We do not have collision on this fist, so let's just duplicate that. Move it over. And we'll grab... We need to go to our construction script. Copy, paste. Delete these two. We want to target box 1 instead of box, since that's the new one we just made. And we want the parent to be fist left. So now if we go to the viewport, that should snap into place and that should work fine. And that should have the correct tags on it. So if we play, you're going to notice, and we punch with the left fist, you're going to notice that the impulse is going to be weird. And we'll fix that in a second. Regardless, we should be able to just take our hand, move it up here, hit the left button, and you'll notice the impulse is coming from the arrow. So we're going to have to make a second arrow and a second condition for which fist is punching. So we'll add an arrow component. Move that backwards just like the other one. Make that not hidden in game just so we can see it for testing purposes. And then we want to add conditions. Maybe we can be smarter about this. Maybe we can get child component. So we go to our wall segment. Get the component. And we'll say child maybe? Get child component. And then we get world location. And we'll plug that into the origin and try that. That way we don't have to do extra conditions or if statements if this works. There should only be one child component per fist, so this should work fine. So we can grab our hand, and come up here, hit our button, punch, that works fine. Now let's try it with the left fist. Drag it up, hit with the left fist, it works fine, great. We have circumvented needing to add extra conditions. We just grab the child component of each of the fist collision objects. You don't want to date anyone, you want to be like Chris. Ah, man, I am like the worst example of a role model. I do not have my life together at all. Okay, let's create some art. Ooh, another thing we can do is say, okay, we're gonna add some extra collision to the elevator. So if it hits the wall before the wall is destructed, we want to damage the player. I make bank though. I make a decent salary. I'm not like rich. Okay. I would love to meet someone. I deleted my dating apps though because they just seem like a waste of time at this point. Okay, so. Alright, later Maria, thank you so much for stopping by tonight and hanging out. It's nice having you here. So what we want to do is add an extra collision object to the elevator. We'll make it a sphere just because it doesn't really matter. And we'll... Yeah, so... We'll just make it child to the elevator platform. Sphere collision. And we'll make it the same radius. So just up the sphere radius here. It'll all catch up to us eventually. Like so. So now when you're traveling through the tunnels, you'll have to punch the wall before the sphere hits the wall. Otherwise... Oh my goodness, the lag. What's going on? What do you mean, brother? Oh no, the lag. Okay, we're back. I think you're going to add the functionality to the wall, not to the player. Basically, you want to say if the elevator hits the wall and the wall is not destroyed, then take damage. You want the player to take damage. And how we do that. Also, I think I'm gonna go until 9 tonight, so we'll get a start on the art probably. We've got most of the functionality done, and I think that's pretty good for one small game development stream. I'm gonna try to start these earlier in the afternoon in the future. I just woke up so late today. Yes, so, I'm sorry, I'm thinking through this in my mind. This can get a little bit complicated. We want to go to the wall, I think. So wall segment destructible. And this will be difficult. Thinking through this, thinking through it. Okay, we're gonna add a precondition to check if the wall is destroyed. So we'll say is destroyed. Is wall destroyed? Grab this. So we'll get it. We'll do a branch, and we'll say if the wall is not destroyed. So if this is false, then we check the condition, is it a transport fist? So then if that's false, we want another condition to check if it's the transport. LE Squad is back, what's up? So if the wall is not destroyed, and it is a transport fist, we do that. If it's not, then we do another condition, and we'll get another tag. And we'll call this transport body. Then we'll get the actor, cast to elevator, or maybe pawn. No, elevator. Damage. No. Descend pawn. Let's see, there's gotta be, I know I have a take damage event somewhere. Frozen, great. Alright, in this case, we don't want to get the elevator. We want to get player pawn, and we want to cast to descend pawn. And then we want to damage. Take damage. 1. Okay, so let's see. Transport body. We need to go to the elevator and apply that tag to our collision object. Which is sphere 1. We'll call this transport collision, and we're gonna call this, we're gonna give it a tag called transport body. What have I done so far, Chris? We've got the functionality working, so the fists punch when you press the buttons, and they can destroy walls now. So watch this. Elevator comes down. We have the map generator turned off right now just so we can test the functionality of one specific piece. But check this out. If we grab our hand and we press the button, which normally this would be my hand in VR, like actually pressing stuff, but we're just testing right now. Bam, it destroys the wall. That's what we've gotten done tonight, pretty much. Can you buy the shirt anywhere? No, I don't have it for sale anywhere yet. I mean, maybe in the future after the game's out of early access. Sorry, you're not very active in the chat. Raphael Reyes, that is totally cool. You do you. So then it also works for the left fist. So if we grab our hand and we punch the button, that breaks the wall too. So next up on the list is to make the player take damage and destroy the wall if the cart hits before they punch it out. So how we do that is we're going to take this and we added the tag transport body. So now if it has the tag transport body and it hits, we're going to cast to the player pawn and we're going to take damage. So let's see if that works. So watch the screen right here. We have 5 hearts for health. So if we move it forward, hit the wall, it should lower the health. See, watch, you can see what's activating here under the program. Zoom out a little bit. Let's see if it actually gets to the take damage. It's not. Why not, is the question. Get player pawn. Oh, maybe we have to actually play in selected viewport instead of simulating. You think Miles deserves mod? He's been here before Nick Raid. I'm not adding mods right now though. Alright, let's try this. So we grab the elevator, we want to move the railing, or up, I think. Oh, we can't because it's tied to the head position. So you notice if I move my Oculus head, it should move the railing, but it's not. We're gonna have to grab the head and move it. There we go. So now if we take the elevator, move it, we take damage, see? So if you don't punch the wall and you crash into it, you're going to take damage, is all that means. And we'll apply sound effects and stuff later. You were actually one of Nick's raiders, but thanks, Kenzie. You know I don't need mods, Chris, just like helping out. I appreciate that, Miles Miller, TARDIS man. You are the MVP tonight. Oh my goodness. So we have it taking damage. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. We also want it to destroy the wall. And that's fairly easy. We just copy what we already have. So we already have it destroying the wall, we just have to copy paste. So we are going to grab these 2 objects here, paste them, which means we're going to apply damage and we're going to add a radial impulse. The hit location doesn't matter, so we'll just say create vector, or vector, add vector, vector, I don't know, make vector. I know there's like a make vector function. Make vector, cool. We have a vector, doesn't matter, because our impulse strength is not being used at all. What matters is where the radial impulse is. We're just damaging it so it can be destroyed. Destructible mesh does not split apart unless it's damaged the correct amount. So we're damaging it, and we're not applying an impulse at all yet. The impulse comes right here. So what we're gonna do is grab the actor. Cast to elevator. Get transport collision. That's what we're looking for. We want to get the location of that. Set the radius to 500. That's fine. Set the strength to 1500. That's fine. And even up it to 2k. And set the fall off to linear. Okay, cool. And then on top of that, we're going to want to set is while destroyed to true. And we want to do the same thing for the punching, so that we can't punch it after we've taken damage, and we can't take damage after we've punched it. Cool. So let's go ahead and play. Grab our pawn, move the head up so that our railing is high. And then grab our elevator, move it forward. We took damage. But it didn't apply the impulse. And it didn't. Why not? Huh. That's quite weird. I'm gonna use the bathroom and think about it for a second. Okay, we're back. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe it's because the hit location is bad. So let's because we just made up a vector for the hit location. So let's just get the component and get world location, and we'll set that as the impulse location, and then impulse direction can be these two things. Get the unit direction vector again. I don't think we need the impulse direction, but it begs for it. So get world location, get world location, direction. Get unit direction vector from U to U. Set U as the impulse direction and see if it works now. Vectors have magnitude and direction. Yes, they do. We can multiply if we want it to be stronger. We don't care about the impulse. We don't care about the impulse on that node. We care about it on the next node. So I don't know why it was applying. Anyway, let's take it. Let's see if this subtracts our health. So it did subtract our health because we only have 4 health. It's not going to do it again because now the variable is set to true. So let's select this guy right here. Okay, let's watch. I'm gonna watch. Let's watch our node tree right here as we test. We just want to make sure that this actually executes. So we grab our elevator, move it into the wall. Bam! It executes. It definitely does. So why is the impulse not happening? Jack, that is no worries. I hope everything turns out for the best. I'm sorry to hear that today sucked. I appreciate you stopping by at all. If you have life stuff to deal with, you go deal with your life stuff. Man, I'm not gonna peg you for that. I hope it all turns out for the best, man. Maybe I just get the world location of the component. And use that as the origin instead of casting. No need to cast. Just take our elevator. Bam. Why is that not breaking the wall? It's giving me damage. It's setting the variable so we can't take damage again. Why isn't it breaking the wall? Let's make sure it's executing, so we'll print to screen. We'll just print a string that says destroyinated. Cool. So now when we hit, we should get a string printed. Destroyinated. Okay, so it is executing. Why is the impulse not breaking the wall though? This is where it gets complicated, guys, and you can't figure something out and it ends up being just a stupid button you're missing. And what am I doing differently? Are the fists still working? So the fists aren't working now anymore either. That's super weird. they're working. Okay, so let's disconnect. It's something about setting the variable that's screwing it up. So let's disconnect that and see if it destroys now when we hit it with the cart. It does. And we got a game over. Why did it deal that much damage? Watch the health. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Let's try this again. So I reconnected the variable setting. I realize this is probably confusing and nobody even knows what's going on. Doing a terrible job of explaining. Let's make this a public variable so we can watch it. Why does Chris suck in homeschoolers? I have no idea. I went to public school. Down to 3 health. Down to 1 health. Down to 0 health and game over. These are the kind of issues that plague game development. Is the coordinate system based on XYZ or T and Z or RTZ? It's XYZ, Miles Miller. There are a couple differences though. Normally it's X, Z. In Unreal and in Blender it's Z, X, Y. The problem we're running into right now is as soon as I set a condition for this, a variable that sets at the end of the destruction, it will no longer destroy the wall, and I don't know why. Let's watch. Let's try it. Let's watch the graph here and see what happens. If an orange line passes through all of this, then it's all happening. That up like that. I'll hit F8 to break out. So watch the graph right here. If it highlights, bam. So it very briefly happens, it flashes, but it doesn't break the wall like it's supposed to. So let's try this again, but disable the variable setting. So let's come out to the graph and watch what happens. Let's see if it flashes or if it like goes, boo, play Fortnite. Don't tell me what to do. Also, who is Joshua Kinnan? I don't recognize him. It was rude for you to come into my stream and tell me what to do. Oh, so it's doing the same thing. Why? Why does setting this variable at the end of it prevent it from destroying? Oh, your Fahrenheit? You were rude for telling me what to do on my stream. Sundays or something else Sundays. I'll play Fortnite after the stream with you all if you are playing. I'm just trying to add functionality to my game, and I'm stuck. I'm mentally stuck. So what I've done is I made it so it destroys the wall, and then it sets the wall destroyed variable. For some reason, setting the wall destroy variable is preventing it from using the radial impulse and breaking apart. And I can't figure out why. So maybe let's do a sequence and see if that fixes it. I don't know why this would fix it, but it's possible. Drag this over here. So this, what a sequence says, is it says, do all of this, then do this. So let's see if that breaks or not. No. Everybody's calling Fahrenheit rude now. And now it breaks, but that's because if it's true or false, so. I'm stuck, guys. I'm stuck. I'm very stuck. Those were the good old days back when neither of us were even halfway decent at the game, really. Oh man, that was fun. Fahrenheit and I go way back. I didn't know what your last name was though, because your YouTube used to just be Joshua, I think. Okay, rather than any condition, let's do a do once. Do once. And then if it's transport body do once. What a do once node means is it can only do this once, period. And it won't do it again. So now we don't need the is while destroyed condition. Let's see if it'll destroy it now. It won't. But it does lower health. So now it should be do once gated. So if we hit it again. It won't. It'll stop at the do once. So why is the impulse reliant on it happening multiple times? That's what's bugging me. How much damage is required for this thing to bust? Let's check that out. Oh wait, that is not what I wanted to look for. I wanted to go to this. Should only require 1 damage to break. We need to play sometime. Are you on tonight, Fahrenheit? Because I'm going to be done here at 9. And I'm down to play some squads or duos or whatever. Let's just set this to 400. The damage spread and see if that fixes it. Guys, I don't know why the impulse is reliant on it being able to happen more than once. I'm stumped. I'm completely stumped. We've been making really good progress in getting it to punch and break and stuff tonight, but I'm completely stumped at this point. This is going to take some thought. This might be something we aren't able to solve tonight. Have a good night, Miles Miller. Thanks for stopping by. Later, Fahrenheit. Thanks for upping my viewer count, I guess. Let's just up the damage and see what happens. So look, we lose health, but it's not doing the physics. why won't I play with you when I'm not streaming? Usually when I'm in the game and not streaming, I'm making a thumbnail, which means I'm in Playground making my character pose in different ways, and then I'm going into the replay and screenshotting it. I very, very rarely play when I'm not streaming, unless it's with coworkers or old friends. Who does Paranoid think he is telling me to calm down and using incorrect grammar? I don't know. Spyro made more sales than Red Dead 2 and Fallout 76. Nice. What am I playing? I'm working on my game, Aloly. This is Unreal Engine. It's used to create games. I have a game called Punch Bomb that's in early access on Steam right now. It's a VR game, and on Sundays I live stream working on it sometimes. Right now, I'm a little bit stumped. Because we have this, where if I don't have these do-wants gated, compile it, we hit play, we're testing. We have these fists that animate. This is a VR game, so testing is a little bit wonky. So if we move the head up like that, that'll move the railings up. Then we grab our fists, hit the button. Oh. Then it breaks the wall. The problem is, if we have it only do the action once, through a do-once gate, it doesn't break the wall. And I can't figure out why. And it's completely stumping me. We want it to only happen once, because otherwise our character takes more than one damage. So maybe rather than do-once gating it, if we set the collision of the wall to none. Maybe it will work. Who knows? Let's try it. We still take the damage, but it's not destroying it. It's like the radial impulse needs to happen more than once. Let's just set the strength up to 200,000 and see if it's happening. Maybe we split this pen and we say impact point. Because I noticed my chat's become a YouTube version of Tinder. You all do whatever you want, I don't care. I think I know what we're gonna have to do. We can't do once gate it. We can't set the collision response to none, so this has to happen multiple times, essentially, for it to work, physics-wise. So we can do once gate to take damage. And now it should work. I don't know how much stuff this is gonna break later. But it broke the wall. That's good. It lowered our health. And it didn't lower our health to game over levels. So the strength. Okay, so then we're also going to delay for 1 second. And then set is wall destroyed to true. So it can't happen again. 1 second should be long enough for all of this to actually happen. And let's set this back to 2000. So now I can say branch false. So if the condition is false and we want to grab is wall destroyed, now this should all work properly. So then here we'll just say do once, delay for a second, and then set is wall destroyed. Oh shoot, no! Is wall destroyed. And let's see if it all works now. Also, I saw your reason you wouldn't get the surgery, Kenzie. Breaks. And it only lowers the health by 1. Cool. Let's try punching it now. Take the head, we'll raise that up so the railing goes up. Then we will grab our fist. It punches, cool. And then if we move this forward, and notice we didn't take any damage. Now if we move him forward, we're not gonna take any damage because the wall's busted. Cool. We have solved the problem. We just had to do once gate only the health loss. We didn't want to do once gate the physics simulation. Okay, so it works. We got, okay, so everything we've accomplished tonight. This is a to-do list, not just tonight. Wall breaking on punch or wall breaking on cart hit with health subtraction. And then up here we want to add to do destructible wall art, which we got 15 minutes until 9, so I can hop into Blender and we can start working on some destructible wall art. which is going to look different for each zone, and we'll have to figure out how to set that up eventually, but that'll just be on construction script. We'll get what zone we're in and then set the destructible mesh to that object. But let's go ahead and hop into Blender and create something. So we want to hop over to our blank segment, which looks like this, and we're going to create a door based around this blank segment. Or not a door, like a destructible wall, something that you would punch. What do we want that to look like? It's a pretty wacky game. Maybe we just make like a big target. Ashley Wilson's here. What's up, Ashley's son? How's it going? We're working on game design tonight. What we've got done so far is we've made it so our character, this is in VR, so your fists will actually be moving, and you're on this like cart thing. Let's go ahead and select the head, move that up, grab the fists. So in VR, this is your hands that are moving. I'm just doing testing right now, so I don't want to put the VR headset on and stuff. Anyway, you press the button, it punches, and it destroys the wall. That's pretty cool. We got it working, guys! What is going on in the chat? Alright, let's start some wall art. We're probably not going to finish, but cool. Let's go ahead and add a cylinder, I think. Rotate that 90 degrees. We're going to set this off 2.5. Oh, wait, nope. 2.5 is how long it is, so 1.25 will center it. Scale that on the y-axis. We'll make it about that thick. I think that's pretty good for a destructible wall. Scale it out on the x and z axis like that. Oh wait. Okay, that is the same amount of vertices. Good, good, good. We want to take the faces. We only need to worry about the front. Nobody's gonna see the back of these things. Play Donut County. It's Donut County, not Country, Kenzie. And I already beat that game the last time I streamed it, so there's no point in me playing it again on stream. Oh, we're just... So maybe we could make like... doors. So you can see the tunnel until you get close enough. The door closes in, and then you have to punch it to bust it. That would be pretty cool, huh? And then, yeah, okay, that's what we can do. That'll be neat. That way we can also rotate it at a random, make a vault door. Kenya travel info. Nice. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna think about the art direction for this. We have like 10 minutes left on the stream, so I'm just gonna end it early. Cause making a whole vault door art is gonna be hard in 10 minutes. So we made really good progress tonight. We got a lot done. We were planning on going till 9. We're ending at 8:50 basically, but we got it working so that the player can. Let's test it out in VR. Let's just do a VR preview. So here I am. Got our fists. We're gonna. Oh man, I can't. I physically. Bam. Oh man. Are you kidding me? Ah! See, my desk is in the way of me hitting the buttons when I test. And I accidentally hit the reset button. I hate my life. Did I see the new emote in Fortnite? I did not, Double H. I have to wait for this to load into the home screen because I just hit the exit button by accident. Problem is, I can't hit those buttons because they're not high enough. Because my desk is right here. So now we're stuck waiting for a second until that loads in. We might go to 9 after all. Oh, okay. Close that. Play. Let's try to hit the buttons. I'm just gonna have to move the pawn forward. What? Okay. Let's see. Descend pawn on game start. Let's just move you back, maybe. It doesn't affect anything. Why isn't it breaking? Move you forward more? No, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, it breaks. Cool. That's neat. Let's try it again. Okay, that's super cool. We got it working out. Read this aloud. So when you came home, your dad was already Tracer, and then you dabbed like Wiz Khalifa, and then your dad said, "Can you take your PC to play Fortnite today? You can bring me to Moisty Mire, but not Loot Lake." I have no idea what's going on. What's up, Esther Town? We're actually ending the stream now. We got stuff working. I'll demonstrate for anybody who just showed up what we got done today. And then I'm gonna set the map generator back to normal. So we've got it set up in VR. Hopefully the VR window is still up on the screen. So, and this is stuff that's already been established. These are our hands. That actually works, right? Yeah. Like our fists, and then we can punch now. We got that working on the cart. We can make the cart punch stuff. And let's say there's a wall right there. Oh man, I have to. Bam! We can break it. That's pretty cool. We're going to add sound effects and art and stuff to that next time we stream, but we're going to call it quits for the night. I have work in the morning and I want to play some games with friends. So, that's what we got done. And then next, let's turn the art back on so this doesn't look so dumb. We can delete this, we can go back to our map generator. And we can turn generate map back on. So now if we simulate, you can see the actual map art. So it looks so much better. We're gonna create some art for those doors that close in that you punch to break next time. So next Sunday is when I'm gonna do game development again. So thank you all so much for stopping by tonight. I realize this is not Fortnite. I realize this is probably boring to most of you. I'm doing this because I want to finish my game that I started. I want to get it out of early access. I appreciate y'all bearing with me for it though. So I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Ashley Wilson, Sir Benzelot, Esther Town, Voodoo, Kinsey, Kashi Hitake, Double H, Can You Travel Info? Everybody else who stopped by, and I know there are so many names. I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you all tomorrow night with Fortnite. And yes, Ashley, I did make this game all by myself. It's a project I've been working on for a couple of years now. I was working on it a lot when I first started it, but After the heart surgery, I got sidetracked with Fortnite, so now I'm trying to take at least one day a week to work on the game, just so I can get it done and out of early access. We're almost done with the game, almost done with the mode. It's just taking a little bit of additions and some polishing and stuff, and we'll be there. Anyway, hope you all have a fantastic evening. Thank you all so much for stopping by.